Right, picking back up on page 106, Yalda, December 21st. The similarities between the significance and the rituals surrounding this celebration have led some to believe that our European Christmas customs were derived from Persia. Of course, the answer to the similarities is to be found in the common Indo-European roots of both, and in fact, that our Germanic traditions have a special close affinity with Iranian ones. Due to the ancient connections between our peoples, it is perhaps more than mere coincidence that these three Magavans are mentioned in the story of the birth of Jesus. Historians of the Christian church practices can tell you that in the beginning of organized Christianity, Christmas was not observed or celebrated. It was only with Germanic peoples began to be Christianized that the celebration became important. At first, it was called the Gothic celebration. The good religion, Yalda, celebrates the birth of the light. Yalda means birth. The Azata Mitra is born on the morning after the long night of Yalda. The celebration is dedicated to Mitra. It was due to miscalculations in ancient times that the birth of Mithras was moved from December 21st to December 25th, and the Christian church placed the birth of Jesus on that date to try to co-opt the importance of the day from the Romans and others practicing Mithraism at the time. It was the custom to gather in caves in the mountains and stay up all night to greet the sun in the morning. Mitra is said to have been born in a cave because the Iranian myth holds that the vault of heaven is made of stone, and the light of the stars is a manifestation of the light of Mitra. Again, the birthplace of Jesus is said to be in a cave. To practice Yalda today, we stay up all night and gather around the Corsi ritual table, which is adorned with flowers, lit candles, fruit, pomegranate, and watermelon, along with nuts of various kinds. We eat food of this kind and listen to the stories of the gods and heroes. It is considered good luck for the coming summer to eat watermelon on this night. This is a festival of light. Fires are kept burning all night, and it is held to be the night when the light defeats the darkness of Ahriman. Christmas, Yule, December 25th. In ancient cultures of northwestern Europe, late December had always been the most sacred time of the year. It continues to be so even in Christian guise. Here, the birth of Jesus is celebrated. Originally, it was the birthday of Mithras. According to Christian mythology, the infant Jesus was visited by three Zoroastrian priests, magus, who honored him, recognized him, and gave gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. The time of year is also known in ancient northern Europe as Yule. Christians later made this a sacred time in their calendar to accommodate the people who were going to celebrate at this time, regardless of the imposing religion. We are now returning the favor. Normal family-based Christmas customs can be observed. The fire should receive the gifts of frankincense and myrrh, and the kavan should be decorated with the nativity scene, which includes the three wise men. Zarathustra's death, Zartoshnodiso, December 26th. This is the commemoration of the life and death of Prophet Zarathustra. It is a somber and serious time with lectures and prayers where the fire temples are present. They are specially visited at this time. Ba Mangan, January 16th. Here, the festival dedicated to Vohamana is celebrated. It is a day dedicated to the creation of the animals. On this day, the animals of the community and the world are blessed with activities celebrating the material and spiritual contributions of the animals to our lives are recognized. Throw a party for your pets. Refrain from eating meat. Sada, January 30th. This is a celebration of the discovery of fire and comes 100 Sada day nights before the spring equinox. The new day, it is a recognition of the presence of the sacred fire with each of the creatures of God. The fire drives out the cold and drives away forces of darkness. Firdosi in the Shahnameh recounts how King Ushang, while in the mountains with his men, confronted the world-consuming snake and hurled a stone at it. The snake escaped, but the stone hit the mountain, which such force that sparks flew out from their stony hiding place and constant brush on fire. It warmed the men, and Hushang thanked God and told his men to consider the fire sacred, that they held a feast to honor it. A bonfire is lit, and people gather around it, holding hands and praying to God for good fortune, fellowship, and solidarity, the fire is kept burning all night, and there is generally a festive mood and much good cheer. More modestly, a fire can be built indoors in a proper vase or urn, offrenigan, and similar activities ensure the festival, like Nowruz and Yalda, are symbols of Iranian culture regardless of the religion one professes. Esfandigan, February 18th. This celebration is also called Sepandar Mazgan, a day dedicated to the bounteous spirit Armada devotion, protector of the earth. This archangel also has a festival on September 12th. In this case, however, this is so-called named Feast of Armati. It is the woman's day, and men are supposed to lavish them with gifts and honor them. Armati is the protector of women. The day is one and same with the agricultural festival when people pray for good harvests and to drive away evil spirits which might be intent on destroying the crops. Those familiar with the comparative religion and folklore recognize this as corresponding to European Valentine's Day and the pre-Lenten festivals such as Carnival or Fasching. The festival has been reemphasized in modern Iran as a counter to the European Valentine's Day. Purim, March 15th. The Jewish festival Purim centers on historical events in Persia when the sizable Jewish population in the empire was threatened by overzealous, intolerant Magian priests and ministers, chief among them one known to Jewish legend as Haman. The Shah married a Jewish woman, and with her influence, the plot to destroy the Jews was reversed. Purim is celebrated by Jews at various dates in the spring, and was apparently originally linked to Persian Nowruz festivities. Jewish lore records the events of the Book of Esther. For the Occidental Temple of the Wise Lord is a day to outreach to Jewish community and a day to celebrate the spirit of religious diversity and mutual respect. The study of the Jewish customs surrounding Purim indicates many Persian elements. It is a time of parties, masquerades, and gift-giving, especially food and wine.